Where are we right now?
Um,
Going where?
Wherever you wanted to go.
Going Belize.
Please, 2024.
It is beautiful here. It's a little breezy this morning. Um, there's a beautiful sunrise happening right now. And yeah, it's unbelievable that we're here. We've been planning it for about 7 months. The celebration is really for our 10-year anniversary this summer. And just because of the way Ryan's job is, it's hard to take actual vacation time in the summer. Long story short, we never took a honeymoon, so this is our honeymoon / 10-year anniversary trip. We chose Belize for a number of reasons, but one of which is the snorkeling and the clear beaches and waters. We have a couple of books that I read on the plane. I finished A Winter's Promise, and I also read the cutest book called A Boy and a Mole and a Fox and a Horse. And it is the sweetest story. I think it's one of those books that'll make a great like graduation gift or just gift for it's great for children, but I think it's best for adults that might have lost their way. It's like really simple truths that we've learned throughout our whole lives. I think they're really nice, gentle reminders, and the illustrations are beautiful. So yeah, I feel very weird talking outside, so I think that's all I'll say for now. Yeah, we'll see you guys later.
Oh, I started it right when you yawned.
Oh, really? Nice, I think it's going to be wonderful.
What would we do today?
We slept in. Well, I slept in. You apparently gallivanted around outside in the sunshine or sunrise. Ordered breakfast in, which was nice. Laid out, and I messed up and got a little sunburnt already, which sucks. And I didn't listen to my wife and bring aloe, which probably should have. Then we snorkeled. Well, I don't know if you would call it snorkeling. We did something that would look like snorkeling. I like flopped around like dead fish on top of the water. Oh, then we came back and we just relaxed after snorkeling because both you and I think we swallowed a little too much seawater. Got a little nauseous, a little bit. Mm-hmm. There must be a little baby. That's you. You took a nap. Woke up, and then I took a little nap. Then we went to dinner. This evening, after dinner, we saw fish. Some fucking big ass fish too, which is pretty cool.
And stingrays.
Oh, also, need to add, I don't know how I feel about this new Kenshin series. I just don't know.
Yeah, we started the new, what would you call it? New face of the new redrawn,
reanimated
Kenshin.
I really like the original series.
We've seen the original series so many times that I think it's hard, not in a bad way, just so many times that I think it's hard to watch a new version of it and not be nitpicky.
For sure. I can imagine people watch this and they're just like, oh my god, this is like the best. And then they see the original and they're like, what is this?
This is so dated.
This is so old. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Hi, Eric. Well, like my parents would watch something like this.
Yeah. But I think it's interesting because they still took a lot of the same things that's very like 2000s anime. Like the hair is still there. It's like just floofier. get tiring. No wonder people say you have to stick. Yeah, but I'm not disappointed. I'm sad that we didn't get any footage because we just never snorkeled before, so we wanted to like make sure we knew how to do that first.
I'm also really worried about you.
And I think you were just worried about me.
Sure.
And I'm not a strong swimmer, so it was fun, but it was rough. Like the water was very choppy.
Yeah. I
So-
swim like a fish.
I think you would have more fun if you weren't having to like worry about me.
Well, I mean that, but also like, I should have asked, like, can I go? Well, I mean, there would no point in me going deeper unless I actually had the GoPro.
Yeah. I think you could have asked to go deeper. And I kind of wish we were just like, can we go with the old people?
Oh my god.
We were in a group of like
There were 16 people, including us.
So of course there's the current, and I felt like I kept bumping into everyone, and yeah.
Yeah, I kept trying to stay away from other people.
Yeah, and then at
And I
one
would, like,
point,
pull you
I
closer
thought
to me
I
if I
was way too close to the instructor guy.
Oh my god, I know.
I was like, oh, that's the dude.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because at certain, like when we were at dinner just now, we were listening to a couple people, and here one person was like, "Yeah, I didn't even have to swim. I just like spread my arms out and just like stared down." I was like, "Yeah, pretty much. That's all you kind of had to do at some points." Like for a while
Yeah.
there, I felt like a solid like almost 2 minutes. I just was staring under the water the entire, just breathing.
Yeah, and I had a really
I
hard
would look
time
over.
breathing. I think I'm just a nose breather.
For sure.
Converting to a mouth breather all of a sudden. Breather.
Wow, this is PG. That's if you're trying to mouth breeder, that's the later on thing. Good God, woman. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Pervert over
Mouth breather.
here. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think we should have definitely practiced.
You know, I must be getting a little tired.
Yeah, I'm just tired, so I'm gonna go now. Bye. Hello. This is day 2, day 3, if we count the first day where we got here. Yesterday was our first full day. This is our second full day, but third day here. What have we been doing? We went snorkeling. Ryan went snorkeling again today. He's currently playing on
Pokemon
Eevee on the Switch. And it is about sunset time, so it's really nice. I might actually run out and grab some pictures here soon. And I wanted to just kind of like talk about some of the books I've been reading. The food here is very tasty. We actually just had a snack. We had like beef empanadas.
Yeah.
They said they were beef patties, but I would say they were
Yeah, I mean,
empanadas.
I'll say this, the food's a little more mild than what I think we are definitely used to. With our background in cuisines. Wow, I make it sound so elegant, but with our background in cuisines, you know.
Yeah, I would say the taste is a bit more mild, but today the bar snack was flavorful.
Yeah, I think I'm also just super hungry because I exerted a lot of energy. So
Yeah.
like,
But yeah,
call it snorkeling.
you did. That's totally called.
It's totally snorkeling? Okay, that's good.
He was snorkeling. I was laying out. I was reading a bit. I tried going in the water. I went in the water, and I kind of floated around, swam around. So that was great. But like I
popped my
said,
head up to make sure you were still around. She didn't leave me. Though we're on an island and she can't go nowhere, I still
Yeah.
worried.
didn't go anywhere. I was watching a pelican eat his snack. That was kind of cool. But yeah, we've brought some snacks from home, but we've mostly just been eating here. They have pretty big portions, so I haven't been very hungry. But yeah, so anyways, books. We brought The Keeper of Night by Kylie Lee Baker, and Ryan said that we were going to read this together, and by that he meant I have to read to him, like I'm the audiobook narrator now. So, we got through one chapter before he fell asleep. So far, what do you think?
We got through one chapter?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow, we need to read faster.
I know.
It wasn't bad, it was interesting. I liked the aspects of it. I like the perspective that we're given because she is, it's different, right? So, I don't know, it's weird. I don't like a lot of like, it's gonna sound weird, like UK or British style TV, even though I like watching Jason Statham in a lot of his movies he has. Not a lot, but some of them are based in the UK. I'm rambling, but it's interesting how it's like England based, and for some reason I'm not a huge England based concept of movie fan either. So the fact that this is kind of like there is interesting.
Yep, so we start off in the late 1800s in England.
But it's good. Sorry.
I think he fell asleep, but she's probably gonna run away from England. So, I think according to the summary here, she does end up in Japan. So, our main character is Ren, and she is half Reaper and half Shinigami. And so far what you've learned is that death is universal, obviously, but we have different Reapers in every country, and they're called different things. So we have Shinigami in Japan, Reapers in England. And so in Britain, it's called Anko, and those are the Reapers. In China, they serve Yan Lao, ruler of the fifth hell of wailing, gouging, and boiling. In Mexico, they serve Santa Muerte. So they all are like Reaper-like characters, but they all serve a different death. So our main character is of mixed race, and that makes her a target for bullying, and she also has special powers because she's mixed race, and she just revealed it, and she's basically has to run away because she's not supposed to attack those people that were bullying her.
I know we were kind of talking about it earlier, and I'm kind of trying to, but we were just talking about the bullying thing, and it's really crazy. You and I both don't like bullying. I know you definitely don't like it. Not that I don't like it less, but they lived for so long, yet she's been bullied, like just all the time.
It's crazy because they can be alive for like millenniums, and it sucks that bullying is still a thing.
Just keeps on going.
Like that's crazy. So we
come on, world, do better.
Yeah. I mean, I would be like, there's no way that people that live forever would bully each other. But if you think about the mythology of like Greek gods and stuff, they just nobody is smart.
It's crazy what like honestly like let's be for real like our gods were kind of like methodical gods and stuff. They're kind of like rapey, abusive, like they were rough, man. Like I like Greek.
Those are crazy.
And Greek culture and mythology and everything, but that's some intense stuff, like for real.
For sure. I started What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez, and what's really funny is that book is also set in the 1800s. I did not do that on purpose. But it's based on a girl that's from Buenos Aires, and she is gonna be traveling to Egypt because she lost her parents, and that was the last place they were at, and they loved Egypt. And she's kind of trying to figure out why did they die, how did they die. She doesn't really believe the story that her uncle has told her. I am 34% into that book, and so far it's really good. I basically carry this around with me all over the island just in case we get to a point where I can lay down and I can read. And we haven't watched any more Kenshin, so there's that.
Oh, yeah, we need it because I fell asleep.
Yeah.
I'd like to mention my wife is super sick though. She's talking like this, she can't see it. She's so foxy. I love it. She looks so good. She's so mad. I've been taking these pictures of her.
Okay, bye.
What?
one around. It is beautiful. The sun is setting right now, so hopefully I can get everything in before the sun or my battery is dead. Today we went fishing. We did drop fishing and trolling fishing. The water was very rough though, it was very windy, so I had an okay time. The drop fishing was awesome. We caught a bunch of fish, so that was a lot of fun. We get to watch them clean our fish, and then they feed it to the nurse sharks that hang out around here. So that's kind of what we did up until like 1 or 2 o'clock, and then we just laid out. There's these really cool like hut looking things, and they have a windscreen down so it's not super windy. I tried to pull the chair out into the sun, so I tried to get a little tan. I got a little red on my nose, but I did SPF up as well, so I don't know if I'm any tanner, but I tried without burning myself. But yeah, so I did spend some time reading more of the book, What the River Knows, and just like, this is going to be spoilery because I want to talk about it. I'm at the part, I'm about 60% into the book. There is a love interest in the book. It's interesting. I feel a little bit of the chemistry. I think a little bit is just like young girl, hot guy kind of vibe. They do go into, the book goes into dual perspectives sometimes. We get Wit's perspective, which is the male interest. I feel like it's mainly just to drive the romance part and not too much. It shows a little bit of the plot, but it's kind of, I'm not really sure if we need random 1-2 pages of Wit's perspective. It comes in very short, like one of his chapters is just 2 words: bloody hell. And it's interesting. I actually liked that one because it was his reaction to something, but I thought that I'm pretty sure it was reaction to them kissing, but I also felt like he could have just said it out loud. I don't know if we needed like a whole chapter break for that. And it wasn't a chapter break, it's just like a section break, I guess. Anyways, yeah, we're 60% in, and we find out, which I kind of guessed that the uncle could be evil. We still have 40% of the book to prove that he might be not evil. Like, we could throw that twist on its head, but I did have a feeling that he wasn't the nicest guy, because she says she doesn't really know him. They just set it up that way. And he seems to have a temper, but now her mom is still alive, which I think is crazy because she's still at the site that her uncle is digging at, and she is also very concerned about just her mom is very concerned that her uncle has gone bad. She said that he is selling artifacts and basically like to like a black market type of thing, and he's just gone way wrong. So I did not expect her mom to be alive and her dad not. Her dad apparently is dead. I did expect the uncle to be bad, and I'm gonna put it in recording now. I don't know how they would ever come back from this if he really is the male interest, but I think Wit might have had something to do with the dad's death. At first I thought it was the parents' death, but now I'm thinking maybe just the dad. And I did say they kissed, and he exposed that he has a betrothed. He has a fiance, so she got all about it. But yeah, so I'm curious to see what happens. The whole thing is that, sorry, I didn't say about that part, sorry. her uncle wants to find Cleopatra's burial site, and because of the magic in this book, they believe that she was capable of brewing magic, and they want something to do with her body. And so yeah, I will have to find that part and highlight it, but it's very interesting also how they incorporated magic, so it's kind of like an alternate history. I don't know enough about Cleopatra's burial site to know how much of this is true, but it does give the mummy vibes. My battery is dead. I finished the book. Okay. I have it with me so that I don't sound nuts again. So just to recap, it is this book, What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. And, whoa. So first of all, of course, there's going to be spoilers, because what happened? Oh my gosh. So there was a part where I highlighted, can't quite see it, but I highlighted Mother's Confidant, and I said, crazy theory. What if it is that guy who stole the ring and her mom is a fake? Oh my gosh, her mom's the bad guy. I did say that there was plenty of time for them to flip the script and for Theo Ricardo to not be the bad guy. So I'm like, oh, I got that right. It was just really early for them to tell us the bad guy. However, this book, it's got some galls. It's got some galls. They killed a character that I did not think was gonna get killed. I was actually like, whoa. I like said that out loud, and my husband was like, what? And I was like, I did not expect them to kill her. Not the main character, but someone close to the main character. I'm like, wow. I'm also not a huge fan of the mom being the bad guy. I don't know if I'm just like over. So here's the thing. I'm kind of over bad parents. Like being a parent, I'm over bad parents. I'm over kids reading about bad parents. I want kids to have good parents and to have good role models in their lives that are their parents. Like I am like on a hunt for a book where the dad isn't evil, the mom's not evil. I want like a good, sound, good family structure. But yeah, we have the mom is a bad guy. Her dad might still be alive, and they killed like her best friend. Her cousin came from Argentina as well, and she was in the book for so brief, and she got. I was so upset about it. And of course, I mean, we kind of already, I did say I think Whit has something to do. Whit is a suspicious guy. Whit is suspicious. He's very suspicious, especially how it ends with, in the epilogue, Inez fell for it. What she fall for? Her mom being the bad guy? Her mom is now on the lam. This is a duology. Of course, I made the mistake of picking it up before the second book is out. The second book is out in October. It ends on a cliffhanger. So I'm pretty upset about that, but that's not the book's fault. There was a lot of twists and turns in the last 40% of the book, and then it ends on that bigger twist. She does get involved with Whit more. I kind of called it. They were like stuck in a tomb, and I was like, if they start making out right now, because it's like, well, we might just die, so we might as well. I don't know how I feel about that, because I always find it interesting when people are in a life or death situation,
and instead of like trying to escape, which they do tried at first, they just like go at it. I'm like, I don't know if that would be my mentality at that time, but I guess they were sealed in there, and they were feeling like they were very stuck and there wasn't any way out. They did look around, they did, search. And the only way they got out was because his uncle, used some explosives and they got the door open. So I give them that, I do, but I was kind of like, of course, this is gonna be where they tell each other that they have to be with one another. I still don't quite understand her infatuation with Wit. It's feeling a little bit like Hero's Complex. Like she has, I'll find out what it's actually called, but he has saved her life several times. She's feeling a certain way towards him. We don't know much about his character because a lot of his character is that he is two-faced. And then in his perspective, you find out that he is a big brawly man and he can fight people and he's basically like a spy. And he has his own motives. And he's supposedly a lord. So, I haven't trusted him ever, and maybe that's where my inclination to not like him comes from. I haven't trusted him ever, and maybe that's why I don't trust him. But yeah, overall thoughts of the book is that it was a very easy and fast read. Even on I was on vacation, so I did find myself wanting to pick it back up frequently. I found the pacing to be done quite well. I loved the setting and the historical fantasy aspect. I thought that it was really interesting as a person who really loved ancient history when I got to study it in school, and so I liked the topic of archaeology in Egypt. I liked the spin on the magic in this world. I thought it was interesting that the magic in this world didn't affect the world as we know it, right? Like, we have magic, but we still have talks about Christianity, and we still have like the division between men and women. Like, she has to wear dresses, and the only time the magic kind of came back up was because a magical item was gonna probably save them, or it was gonna help the plot move along. And I thought that it was interesting that there wasn't just like more of an impact. Yeah, I was just interesting that there wasn't more of an impact of these magical items in society. Alright, so some awesome quotes. Because we think that her parents are dead. Grief was like a memory keeper. It showed me moments I'd forgotten, and I was grateful, even as my stomach hollowed out. The water was too dark to see anything clearly, and it curled around me in a frightening fist. I thought that the author had a beautiful way of writing some of these phrases that made you just feel a certain way, like it made you feel the immediate danger. The Nile knew everything, had seen the best and worst of Egypt, since this is called What the River Knows, Secrets of the Nile. So yeah, overall I thought this book was well paced. I enjoyed the characters, I enjoyed the setting. I felt that some parts of it was a little bit that predictable, and the parts that weren't predictable I didn't like. That makes me sound so bad, but yeah, I would say that this is a great book for people who enjoy YA historical fantasies or anything to do with Egypt. They really do go into some details with Egypt's history, and there are in the author's note there's like some real life people that were mentioned in the book as well, which I thought was really cool. And overall, I would totally recommend this to someone who's looking for like a fast-paced adventure. The romance is really in the background, which is nice, and you're just looking for a strong woman character, young lady, she's 19, who is trying to find some answers. And she does get duped, as young ladies can, but it's been a really good experience. I can't wait for the second book. Alrighty. Like I said, today is our last day and night in Belize, so next time I see you guys, it'll probably be in a new video or something else. So I'll say bye from Belize, and hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog. I'm not sure how good it'll be once I put it all together.